Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people, fellow humans. And we spell that Huemonds, humans, colorful nuts. That's because that's what we are. We can't take ourselves too seriously. Righto, chop. So here we are, Wednesday, the 4th of February. Yes, big day. Big day. Why? Well, it's our volunteers breakfast for one thing. So have this pattern so far of Monday mornings, deliver food to the homebound through New Hope Church. Tuesday, record the show for the week down at the TV station. Wednesday, volunteers breakfast. And now I'm going to Las Wages. I'm going to be shooting an episode down there today. Also, Thursday is school, class at night. Wednesday night, I have to finish my paper. I'm halfway through it. Big insights into restorative justice, changing lenses. Restorative justice for our times. Right. But for our purposes, we are here. Day 3, week 2. A neuroscience approach to success. Right. Right, you is. Neuroscience approach to success. Not a psychology approach, NLP approach, CBT approach, sociology approach, spirituality approach, astrology approach, meteorology approach. None of those. It's a neuroscience approach, and we're trying to answer 2 questions. Who am I, and why do I behave the way I do? From a nuts and bolts perspective, what is going on in my brain and in my body? How does it work? And the idea is if I know how it works, I can dial in who I need to be right now. Like learning to drive a car. If you understand how the car works, you'll be a better driver. That's the idea. If I know how a car works, I will be a better driver. Bonk. I'll be a better driver because if something goes wrong, I'll be able to figure out what to do about it. Or if I don't know anything about how a car works, something goes wrong, I don't know what to do. And at some point, something's going to go wrong. Like Mark Watney said in The Martian, at some point, everything's going to go wrong. And then you just have to work the problems one at a time until you get through them. All right. So what do we have on our hit parade? What is the themo of today? What is the RAS? What the RAS? No, it's what the RAS? What the RAS? What the RAS mofo? Bonk. Right. What the RAS? So, that's the themo of today. It's our TED Talk, our host, Mark Dawes. Very interesting. If you grasp this, it has the ability to change your life. Okay, next on our hit parade, advice from an 80-year-old. Remember, no one makes it alone. No one makes it alone. We all need other people. And that is called power. Power is getting other people to do what you want. The richest people in the world have the most power. They get the more people to do what they want than anyone else. That's it. Power. Let's see. I don't want to talk about power. Let's go on to Seth Godin. Let's see. Worldly wisdom. Sorting. A surprising amount of our time is spent sorting things to create value. They sort the rotten cranberries from the good ones to ensure that the bag at the market is worth buying. And we sort the movies worth watching, the bargains worth pursuing, and the news worth reading. Editors, gold miners, and detectives are mostly in the sorting business. Organized education uses sorting both as a motivation tool and a way to ensure that the graduates it produces meet spec. Not only do we sort, we are often sorted. Freelancers and job seekers are sorted into groups, and the best ones sort their potential clients and clients before wasting their time. Lazy sorting is distracting, expensive, and often toxic. Relying on false proxies, easily measured but irrelevant, is a common sorting trap. And getting better at sorting might be the single most effective improvement we can make in our work. It's not difficult to improve if we focus on it. Right. Let's get better at sorting. Now, while I was reading that, I was thinking about something completely different. Isn't that interesting? Muy interesante. Okay. The RAS. Let's talk about the reticular activating system. And one important thing to know to start with is we have not, when I say we, I mean scientists, I mean humanity. He made it again. Good job, Matt. 4 days in a row. Proud of you. I am proud that you've made it now 4 days in a row. Good on you, mate, as they say in Australia. Okay, the reticular activating system. We, meaning scientists, meaning humanity, has only recently begun to understand this part of the brain, located at the top of the brainstem. Why? Because we haven't had tools good enough to investigate it properly. And I would say, because we start with a Judeo-Christian framework, lens that we see the world through, for centuries we did not think that, we didn't imagine that such a device was inside of humans. We thought it was from outside, the Holy Spirit, say God, something, the Wiccan mother god, some external force. So we weren't looking for it because we thought we had an answer. Well, now that we have tools precise enough to do more, we've noticed, aha. So for example, let me say, imagine tonight for dessert, you are going to have, you got a delivery, knock, knock, knock on the door. Baskin Robbins, you've been selected for the new ice cream of the month. We'd like your opinion of it. Here it is. And you open it up, and it is liver and onion flavored ice cream. Most people would say, just holding the thing, seeing the label, saying liver and onion flavored with a picture of a scoop of, like, say, green green tea, sort of like ice cream, maybe mint ice cream color, greenish color, and some brown pieces of liver sticking out and little pieces of onion. Liver and onion ice cream. Ooh, right? Most people go, ooh, right. Like Matt, ooh, yuck. I'm not even interested in opening the lid to smell it. No thanks. Now, the interesting thing is, how long did it take you to say, ooh? It was like immediate, right? But the crazy thing is, nobody's ever had liver and onion flavored ice cream, but we can simulate it in the neurons of our brain. As Lucy would say, interesting. I've never had liver and onion flavored ice cream, but I immediately, when the picture of it popped up in my brain, my reaction was, ooh. Yeah, liver and onions is not the same as liver and onion ice cream. So, yeah, you've got to fry the onion. You've got to cook the onions at the same time as the liver. You cook them together so that, anyway, so liver and onion flavored ice cream. Bonk, no. Ooh, yuck. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's not what the Baskin-Robbins guy came to the door with. He came to the door with peach pie ice cream. Right? Now what's your response? Interesting, because I know what peach pie is, and I like peach pie. I've never had peach pie ice cream, but I'm very interested in that because I wonder if they're able to keep the flaky crust inside the ice cream. So you're going to be interested. Once again, it took us approximately 0.6 seconds to say yummy, yummy. And I want to have it, I want to eat it, because even though I've never had peach pie ice cream, I am very interested in it. Okay. So what's happening in both of those things? There's a person is talking, my eyes are working, I open the thing and I see a quart of ice cream with a label on it and a picture on it. And the person says liver and onion flavored ice cream, or they say peach pie flavored ice cream. And it goes into my eyes, it goes into my ears, it goes into my brain through my reticular activating system, through my brainstem to my reticular activating system. And what we could see, not me, but scientists could see in a fMRI machine, a functional magnetic resonance imaging machine, is at that point, it was sent somewhere in particular. So liver and onion flavored ice cream, boom, went to the yuck side of the brain. Peach pie ice cream went to the yum side of the brain. And I'm not literally saying it, but it went to different places. Now watch this. There's a knock on the door and the person says, congratulations, you have been selected by Nestle Food Company to test market a new product. And it's called Hetzapetza. What? Matt's saying, Maticus von Atticus is saying, what? Hetzapetza? It's called Hetzapetza. Would you like to try it? And what do you say? Hetzapetza. Have I ever heard of that before? Your reticular activating system doesn't know what to do with it. Yeah, Matt used it in his trial. He used it on the DA and the judge, and it worked as best as it could. Hetzapetza, you've been selected to try Hetzapetza. Would you like it? There's $10,000 in it for you. I'm interested. But there could be some side effects, including death. Now what? And you have to decide, do I want to try the Hetzapetza? And my brain is frantically trying to figure out, what is Hetzapetza? What is Hetzapetza? What is Hetzapetza? The reticular activating system doesn't know where to send it. Okay, so let's break it down now. So here's what the reticular activating system, what it does is it's constantly scanning all information available to us, meaning through our eyes, ears, nose, sight, all of our senses. It's because all of our senses come into our brain through the brainstem. Okay, our ears are not connected directly to the brain; they go in through the brainstem. All of our senses come in through the brainstem, and from there, so the brainstem acts like a filter. We know this because unless we focus on a thing, like how do my feet feel right now, or how do my legs feel, how do my hands feel, how does the top of my head feel, what do I hear, what are the outside sounds I hear, what's the temperature like? Unless I focus on a sense, I'm not aware of any of that. I'm not aware of background sounds because my brain has ignored them. They're still there. And they can come into my brain, just like if I'm in a crowded room and somebody says my name, how long is it going to take me to hear it? I'm going to hear it instantaneously because my reticular activating system is constantly scanning the room for all information that's important to me. And my name is important to me. If somebody says my name, somebody says your name, calls out your name, it's going to get our attention. Here's the interesting thing. Why? Why is it going to get your attention if you're in a crowded room and somebody who you do not see, do not know is there, don't know what they're talking about, but they mention your name. They state your name loud enough for you to hear it. Or you're in an airport and all of a sudden over the speaker system, the PA system, somebody announces, would your name please go to a white courtesy phone. You get paged at the airport. You hear your name. You don't notice anybody else's name unless it's somebody you know. Like, you don't hear the other names. You don't respond. But when your name is mentioned, you notice it. Or a car like yours, or sunglasses, or clothing, or something that you hold valuable. You see it on someone else, you notice it. Why? Because the reticular activating system is constantly scanning all information important to us. So once it gets a hit, now it lets it in. Otherwise, it doesn't care about it, doesn't need to go into your brain. You don't need to think about it. If you're walking on a road, a dark road in the middle of the night, you are hyper vigilant to sounds. Every sound you want to be, is there danger? But if it's during the daylight and you're with some friends, totally oblivious to sound. Why? Because it's the reticular activating system. And I would argue, if you understand this and how it works and how to prime it, how to get it ready, how to have it work for you, you can do marvelous things. And Jordan Peterson has a technique. He doesn't talk about the RAS, but he has a technique that's priming the RAS. And he says, once you do that, once it's properly primed, your reality will shape around that. Anything associated with that will get your attention and pull you towards it. Now, in closing, it also works the other way. So you've got to shed all negative self-talk and anything that is counterproductive. Because if that's part of your reticular activating, a belief that you believe, anything negative is going to get your attention and it's going to confirm your belief. Okay, maybe more on this tomorrow. We've got to wrap it up. I was on channel 8 in Las Vegas yesterday. Cut.